Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with my lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rekak Wadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this video will be edifying and to the point. All right. And I want to get into, basically more draconian laws, all right, of Esau, Edom, all right, which ultimately is going to end up, all right, and the famine of the word, all right, through the spirit, all right. And basically, I have this article, all right, and it's going into facial recognition, all right, and ID verification, all right, to be able to access, all right, the internet, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, get into some scriptures, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying to the elect. And this is from The Verge, and it says, "Let me see some ID. Age verification is spreading across the internet." It says age verification is a reality on a growing number of social media platforms, requiring an ID or facial scan for full access to everything from YouTube to Roblox. The age gating wave is coming along with calls for stronger child safety measures online, despite concerns about privacy, security, and censorship. So basically, Esau, all right, is using, all right, safety of children, all right, the concern of safety of children, all right, for them to be able to monitor and track everybody's movements online. Okay. And this is basically going to tie in perfectly, all right, with, again, the RFID, all right, the RFID chip, all right, the mark of the beast, all right, system, all right, this, the social credit system, all right, the universal basic income, all right, all of these things are going to align perfectly with what they got going on, which is ultimately to put everybody on the cloud, all right, and to monitor their activity, all right. So I'm gonna continue. It says the U.S. lawmakers are pushing forward bills like App Store Accountability Act and Parents Over Platforms Act to have app stores themselves verify users' ages. Discord has delayed plans to roll out age verification globally after users' backlash until later in 2026, but it hasn't completely shelved them even after a breach of a former vendor's last year. It says that links some users' scan IDs. Meanwhile, other platforms like ChatGPT and Google are applying AI models to identify and lock down accounts suspected of being underage until some form of identity verification can prove the user is an adult. So see, it's all tying into, all right, the agenda, which is the New World Order, all right, and having everybody on this cloud-like system, all right. So, these are just draconian laws, all right, all just to lock down on people and just to track them, all right. And in a similar post, or should I say a similar article that we went into during camp, all right, we were going into how basically the FBI, all right, or monitoring, what is it? Uh, people's movements on highways and roadways, okay, and they're able to basically access, okay, live feed in real time, all right, and try in the acts of trying to uh, crack down on human trafficking, drug trafficking, all right, people with warrants, etc., etc. I think it's called the flock surveillance cameras. Okay, and a lot of people, all right, are basically destroying these cameras, man. All right, they're destroying them. All right, because uh, they know, all right, what type of system that this devil is trying to establish, the NWO. All right, the Georgia Guidestones. All right, so this is Psalms 64:2, and it says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." All right, it says, "Who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Certainly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. All right, they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?" All right, so all of these things, all right, are just ploys, all right, that he's setting up through his legislation, all right, to try to trap up the elect, man. All right, but we're not fooled, man. All right, we see through, all right, the smoke and mirrors, all right, what he's really trying to do and try to set up. All right, but the rest of these people, man, they're oblivious to what's really going on. All right, and this is the hands that we're into, man. This is the hands that not only that we're that we have to face, all right, but through the Lord, all right, we'll be able to escape, all right. But really, the people, all right. So let's get this, all right. This is Isaiah 19:4, and it says, "The Egyptians will I give over into a hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts." All right, and this he's a cruel lord, he's a cruel king, and really, to be honest, all right, these are really he's just a decoy or an empty suit, all right, of who's really controlling the whole situation. All right, he's just the person for the people to point their finger at. All right, the majority of these people don't understand that the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, all right, these are the people that are really in control. All right, that are telling, all right, the rest of these lower illuminated ones what to do. All right. Salakia. All right. So ultimately, all right, this is going to lead to famine of the word. All right. That's what this is going to lead to. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." All right, these are unrighteous decrees. Because again, people are speaking about how this is an act, all right, or an invasion of their privacy. Okay, because there's no more. Okay, you can't no longer make a throwaway account. Okay, people like to make throwaway accounts. All right, post in secret. A lot of that be going on Reddit. Okay. Now, again, they're trying to track all these accounts, all right, that are being made on the internet. Okay, now they can tie you to an account, which is what they want to do. Okay, so no more incognito. All right, they want to be like the Most High again. All right, He's trying to be like the Heavenly Father. All right, let's get this. All right. This is Psalms 109 and 2. It says, "For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue, and they compassed about me also with words of hatred, and fought against me without a cause." And that's all we really doing is spreading the truth. Okay, this is really all to try to shut up the mouths of the prophets. All right, but all right, the word has already went out. Okay, the damage has already been done spiritually. All right, to this place. All right, this place is already spiritually wounded, and it's circling the drain, and it's going down. All right, it's a war on truth that's really going on spiritually. All right, and physically, that they're trying to that they're trying to fulfill. All right, but it's already written, all right, that the elect are going to win. So Esau, he can do all of this he wants. He can, make up all these laws. He can do all these different things he wants, all right? But when he comes to try to put his hands on the prophets, all right, because he already is trying to, basically label everybody through the means of doing these things, all right? All right, anybody basically who is against the government, all right, and the ideas of the government, all right, they're going to be put into the category of extremists, all right, or terrorists, or whatever the case may be, all right? So, but he's already lost, all right? It doesn't matter what you label, all right, the prophets, or what you really do, all right, to the people, all right? The Lord has already said it to where this place is going to be, all right, utterly destroyed, all right? And the heathen, all right, Esau, Edom, and the heathen going into slavery, all right? This guy's scrambling, man. All right, he's scrambling. He's really sloppy. All right, this is Jeremiah 18 and 23. It says, "Yet the Lord, thou knowest all their counsel against me, to slay me. Forgive not their iniquity, neither blot out their sins. For they sight, but let them be overthrown before thee. Deal thus with them in the time of thy anger." So ultimately, all right, Esau Edom, whenever he tries to fulfill his enterprise, all right, his NWO, all right, and his plans, all right, the Lord, all right, is going to cast him down. All right, the Lord's going to put him down, man. All right, the scriptures say when he's about to fill his belly, all right, the Lord's going to come in and put a riddance, all right, to his doings. All right. So all of these, man, this is just this is just prophecy. All right. But, the elect, all right, are going to get the victory. All right. So, just stay tuned, all right, to more draconian laws that are going to be implemented by this devil. All right. Because, all right, again, he has but a short time. All right. So, all right, he's hasting to try to do these things, all right, to put an end to the word. All right. So I'm ending on out here. Again, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Brakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time, Lord willing, I say Shalom.